I grew up quiet, shy, very insecure. I had an impressionable mind. Growing up, my dad was in the home, and he made for a great example of what I thought a man was supposed to do as far as providing for his family, spiritually, emotionally, and monetarily. But at the same time, was the external forces from within society helping to mold my idea of what I thought a man was supposed to be and do. Aside from a man taking care of his family, I also thought a man was supposed to drink lots of beer, have lots of sex, watch lots of porn, and masturbate. But it wasn't until I stopped doing what I thought a man was supposed to do and started doing what I needed to do in order to become the man that I'm destined to be that things became more clear to me. I'm nearly 4 years into practicing semen retention. And yes, I'm married, and the only time I release my life force is when I am being intimate with my wife. But that wasn't always the case early on in my marriage. I used to watch porn, I used to masturbate, and that kept me from being all of the man that I needed to be for my wife and family. So in this alone, semen retention helps me to feel like more of a man. You know? Aside from that, semen retention helps to boost my testosterone levels, which helps me to have an even better workout for when I hit the gym. I'm able to perform at my highest level. I can remember back in school, I didn't play sports, but I would often hear how the coaches would tell their players to not have sex before a game because if they did, they would not be able to perform at their highest level. And if you think about it, it makes all the sense in the world. Because if you are not practicing self-control and self-discipline, and you're just whacking off to porn at all hours of the day, then you're wasting your life force. You're wasting your energy from within. So therefore, you're not going to be able to perform at your highest level in your day-to-day life. It makes all the sense in the world. I sometimes envision myself as the younger version of myself watching porn on the television. When I see, I don't like this image, because what I see is someone who's pathetic. What I see is someone who is lost and misguided as far as doing what I thought a man was supposed to do to be a man. I didn't have sex until I was 25. And I feel great to be able to share this with individuals now because, you know, it's something that will help others in their journey. But back then, I used to feel too embarrassed to share this with anyone because I felt like it made me less of a man because I had sex at such a late age. But I later realized that having sex at an early age doesn't make you more of a man. Taking care of your responsibilities is what makes you a man. Semen retention, practicing semen retention, makes you feel more like a man. In my years of practicing semen retention, I feel more confident, I feel more grounded. I feel more sure of myself. And this is something that I just didn't feel when I was wrapped up in the world of porn and masturbation and alcohol. I often felt lost. Semen retention is so powerful. It's so powerful because it pulls the blindness from your eyes and helps you to see all of where you've been going wrong in life when it comes to dealing with the opposite sex. A lot of times, young men think they need to watch porn in order to learn different positions and how to treat a lady. But that's not how you treat a woman. You can learn different positions from spending quality time with a young lady and experiencing different things together without watching porn. It will make your moments with that special person in your life that much better, that much more authentic, that much more special. And in doing so will make you feel more like a man, because you're being authentic. You don't have this image of porn videos in your head, and it doesn't hinder you, because the thing about porn is that it can cause erectile dysfunction, because the body cannot operate at the level that the mind can when it comes to watching porn. So that when you are actually with a young lady, you're unable to get an erection, because the mind is like, wait a minute, I can't perform this level that I'm trying to perform at with this female is too low, it's not high enough. As to where if you go cut on a porn video and watch it, you would get an erection and be able to whack off. There's a lot of temptation out here in today's society on social media, not just porn, but on social media as well. On Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and other forms of social media. You see half-naked women everywhere. You see half-naked women when you are in a grocery store going through the lines and on the magazines. You got females out here half-dressed, and you know it's like you're unconsciously conditioned to get involved in this world of sexual misconduct. And it can feel good for a moment, but in the long run, if you're not practicing self-control and self-discipline by way of semen retention, you can lose yourself. You will distance yourself from a greater version of yourself. Now, if you have no desire to become better, not everyone is a student of personal development. Not everyone has the desire to become a better version of themselves. Some people are content with being mediocre. But if you are watching this video and you want to become a better version of yourself, then it is a must that you practice semen retention. That is your life force. You do not want to waste your life force. Just like you do not want to waste your life by doing things that hinder you from becoming better. You want to retain your life force, because if you retain your life force, then you will be able to perform at your highest level as a man in your day-to-day life. And when you do, I can promise you, people will recognize your inner glow. People will recognize your inner glow. What I'm sharing with you is from my own personal experience from practicing semen retention. But you're gonna have to, if you haven't already and you're watching this video, you're gonna have to practice self-control long enough for you to start seeing the benefits of semen retention for yourself. I'm 47, and prior to my practicing semen retention, I was watching porn and masturbating for decades. And yes, it's one of those things to where I wish I had started sooner, but hey, it's better late than never. And so I share my story because it's a blessing to be a blessing to others. And if you're not content with who you are as a man, and you desire to become a better man, to become a better individual, semen retention is that challenge that you've been looking for. I used to think that I wouldn't be able to speak in front of an audience. I used to think I wouldn't be able to run a marathon. I used to think I wouldn't be able to learn how to swim in my 40s. And of course, I used to think I would be unable to practice semen retention. I used to think I couldn't do these things along with a lot of other things, but it wasn't until I developed the self-control and self-discipline and started actually doing it that I realized that I was capable of doing anything I put my mind to. And so I'm sharing this with you in case you are undecided about whether or not you should practice semen retention. Let me tell you, it is a must that you do. I've been on both sides as far as practice, as far as porn and masturbation is concerned. And let me tell you, the side where there is no masturbation, to where there is no watching porn, that's the better side. Because that's the side to where I become the best version of myself. The side to where I was watching porn and masturbating, that's the least version of myself. That's where I was stuck for so many years of my life and taking myself through a lot of unnecessary suffering. So you have to do what's challenging to become the best version of yourself. And what's challenging is practicing semen retention. But I tell you what, when you do it, you will become a confident, more stronger, and wiser version of yourself. Facts. This is facts. Hey, we all owe it to ourselves as men to do better and be better, so we can all make our worlds better. And one of the best ways you can go about doing this is by practicing semen retention. If you like the words that I have shared in this video, then by all means, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it. God bless.